Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. October 19th, 2019. Yeah. Watching the news again, and the lie continues. All the facts and the evidences that the Obama administration, the Clintons, the DNC, the FBI, the DOJ, the NSA, CIA, the IRS, all kinds of evidence that these people broke laws. That they broke laws. 8 years of the Obama administration, nothing but a lie. Nothing but a cheat lie pushed down America's throat. He lied to get in office. I know. You just hate Obama because he's black. No, I don't hate Obama because he's black. I don't hate Obama, period. But Obama needs to be behind bars, along with a bunch of those friggin' liberals and socialists. They should be behind bars. Here we are, almost 13 years of lies and garbage, and justice has not been served. All the evidence in the world. Everything they need in the world. Knowing people, they know without a shadow of a doubt that those people broke laws. But yet they're running the streets. They have nothing on Trump. Look what's going on now. This so-called Ukrainian president phone call started the same way. Listen, started the same friggin' way the Mueller investigation started on. A lie. A $9 million lie started the Mueller investigation. You know what else? You know that lie cost, that $9 million cost this nation? What was it? 30-some million dollars? 22 months of investigation spent. Was it 30-some million dollars spent on that? A lie. Wasted $33 million of American taxpayers' money. That's $33 million out of Social Security. That's $33 million out of FEMA. That's $33 million out of this or out of that or out of something that was actually needed, something worth pursuing, something that could fix or help or solve. $33 million on a friggin' lie. Poof! Look at this. I don't know if you can see this. Poof! Gone. Gone. Just a friggin' lie. Gone. Gone. I look at that, and then I look back when Obama's administration and the Congress and the Obama, what they took, was it 60, 70-some million dollars out of Social Security so they could put it in some other friggin' piece of crap? Money that was not theirs. That money, that's thieves. That's even Republican senators and representatives passed that. Thieves. Money that was not theirs. It belonged to the elderly of this nation. Now, a lot of you idiots would sit out there and say, well, this is the way it is. Yeah. Do you actually realize that there has been hundreds of billions of dollars wasted, poured out into some friggin' flood or burnt over a bonfire, playing games in the ignorance of liberal thinking? Do you realize that? Do you actually realize that? Hundreds of billions of dollars just poof. Well, actually, you probably, if you want to go back and look at it for a long term, trillions of dollars, poof, gone. poured out through liberal thinking, burnt on a big bonfire of liberal thinking. Burnt, gone, poof, disappeared. Oh, what's ticked me off this morning? We hear of another death. These illegal immigrants. Had them locked up. Had them locked up. The state of Washington had them locked up. Had them behind bars. ICE told them, just told these people, not just Washington, but California, New York, told them, don't turn them loose. Let us know when you're going to turn them loose. We'll be there to take them. They were illegal. They'd broken the laws in some other area. They turned them loose. They didn't contact ICE. They turned them loose. Those people that they turned loose, the criminals they turned loose, murdered, what was it, 30-some-year-old man. Murdered him. Hacked him up. Cut him into pieces. A sanctuary city or state turned him loose. They cut the man up. They murdered. America, when are you going to get your head out of your butt? When are you going to realize that these people are criminals? These sanctuary cities are ran by criminals. When stuff like that happens, it's a criminal evading a criminal, helping a criminal. That's basically what it is. Now you can't say that. That ain't exactly correct. These sanctuary cities are breaking American law. Law that is meant to protect the American citizen. They gave their word that they would keep that law. You voted for them. And now they're breaking that law, and now you're licking their butt. Come on, people. It's pitiful. How many is that now? I mean, I don't know how many it is on record they have. It's up to hundreds of people or thousands that illegal immigrants that came across the border illegally, broke the law, that's murdered. I think it's up in the thousands. We know there's way up in the thousands of crimes committed by them. Way up there. Man, I tell you what. If ignorance gets any deeper in these sanctuary cities, you people going to drown in your own poop, your own diarrhea. People leaving these sanctuary states, man, leaving and headed down into Texas, leaving California. Oh God, way up there, man. The numbers way up are leaving the sanctuary state of California, going down into Texas, because getting away from the taxes and the sanctuary agenda and all this stuff. They're friggin' being lied to, cheated, raped, murdered in these sanctuary cities and states. They're friggin' being abused. They're getting out there, going down in Texas and place where they got some laws that actually work to protect and help them to survive. These sanctuary cities, Baltimore, man, San Francisco, San Diego, San Francisco, New York, human pee and poop, stench on the streets, on the sidewalks, man, on the sidewalks. We've had testimony of people that live in these places. They talk about, and you walk down through there and you can smell the friggin' sewage, people, of these sanctuary ran political leaders. The sewage that they've put in the face of good people. So help me, I do not understand the ignorance of the liberal mind. I know where it comes from. I know why it's ignorant. But I do not understand how people can let themselves go to the point that they support it. I do not understand you putting one vote on a liberal politician's name. I don't understand that. That I don't understand. I can understand why they got this poop running around in their minds. Because, hey, a lot of them people getting their pockets padded and everything else. You got people like Soros and others around, these friggin' elitists, they're running around, they're dumping millions upon millions upon millions of dollars into these places. Yeah, they are. Ferguson, Missouri. George Soros fed Black Lives Matter, a friggin' hate group that's down there in Ferguson, Missouri. He fed that junk. He fed the protest and everything. People started dying over the nation. Police and everything started dying all over this nation. People like Soros, a friggin' lying socialist that sold out Jewish people back down Hitler's garbage can run. Sold the lives of Jewish people out. Running a friggin' scam in society as some great humanitarian. And nothing but a friggin' scam. A scam. A scam. Fed millions of dollars into this rot, into Black Lives Matter, and the people, the liberals and socialists that would back them and support them, and the people started dying under it. And that's not all. They have evidence where sources fed money into other garbage can things going on in this nation. It's pitiful. I do not understand you putting one vote on a liberal socialist politician's name. But once again, I'm brought to the reality. Socialism was being pushed all over the world, but socialism could not live as long as the strongest, godliest, morals-filled country of America stayed as a deciding voice. Godly, moral America had to die first before socialism can live. Listen, truth and honor and actual working justice cannot survive if socialism is alive. Socialism cannot survive if justice is alive. That's the deciding factor of the whole scenario in the world, people. That's the deciding factor. It's not this, it's not that. Either you have godly moral laws that are committed to serve justice and let justice serve society with honor, or you got garbage can laws that manipulate justice and truth and honor are not served, and people that deserve being protected will not be protected. People that deserve being helped will not be helped. Socialism cannot survive where justice thrives. Liberalism is a lie. It destroys the core the honor, the truth that feeds justice. You know, right now, one of the smartest things that could be done in this nation would be for our duly elected president, Donald J. Trump, to implement military tribunals. There would be a lot of politicians, there'd be a lot of newscasters, there would be a lot of friggin' governors and lawyers, all kinds of friggin' perverted cheats would either be jailed or shot. Do you realize when our forefathers, when they started this nation, they also had put in laws in on sedition, that down through time, the laws on sedition, that people that are of ugly attitude, cheating, lying, plotting, scheming, cheating, just perverted attitude, that get behind closed doors just to subvert laws in order for them to get by with trash, that there are laws actually on the book that will not let them even plot behind closed doors to start that stuff. On the book. Do you realize that? It's called sedition. Now, if we lived in Iran or North Korea or Russia or China or some other socialist ran system that do not actually believe in justice, but believe in the power or said power of the government, and that government does not serve justice but manipulates the boundaries of truth and honor that they can get by with what they want. Now, if we lived in one of those countries and we were behind closed doors talking, well, now it would be a legitimate conversation because those people need help. That's where, listen, you ain't seen them marches in Iran, have you? Those protests? Those Iranian citizens over there protesting the Ayatollah Khomeinis and stuff that are in power? Those people on the streets that don't have a voice? They're ran by a socialist so-called religion. You ain't seen those? Ain't you been paying attention? How about North Korea? You open your mouth about wanting vote and freedom and all this stuff, they friggin' jail you, son. You might just friggin' disappear, period. How about Russia or Venezuela? Some of these friggin' socialist ran countries around here where people want to say so in their own life. How about one of them? You open your mouth in one of them, you go to jail. You go to jail not because you're being abused, you're being cheated, you've been shunned. Those people want help. They want out of the friggin' sewer they're in. They want a voice. Look at the protests going on in China. I don't know how much these liberal medias, NBC, ABC, CBS, MSNBC, New York Times, and Portland Post, and Charleston's West Virginia's Charleston Gazette. I don't know how much of this they tell you. I don't know. I do know they don't tell you a lot because we've seen evidence of that. They don't tell you a whole lot of stuff. There's a lot of truth that's going on. They don't tell it. They don't speak of it because it does not meet what they want you and me to think. It does not meet what they want to see take place. How about China? You realize that China, there's people over on the streets of China right now, they're waving American flags. Waving American flags, man. Think of that. Waving American flags on the streets of China. Why? They want a voice. They want a voice. They want a voice. I seen something, it's got a couple days ago, maybe yesterday, the leader, or emperor, or whatever he is of China, what that XI is his name. I don't know what to say. But anyway, he puts a statement out about the people that are trying to divide of China. He's a socialist. He puts a statement out. The people that are trying to divide China are going to, I forget exactly what, going to pay. They're not going to get by with this. They will be imprisoned. Those people flying American flags want a voice, wanting a choice, wanting to have something in their own lives that they can say, hey, listen, I'm a free person. I can decide. Those people flying American flags. And the leader of that country is saying, they're going to pay. You're going to pay for trying to divide China. The socialist regime, they're going to pay for trying to divide China. We know they're crooked. China has been manipulating America and things for years. Billions upon billions of dollars thrown at them illegally and stuff. This stuff's been going on for years, cheating Americans. We know they're crooked. We know they're crooked. But this socialist dictator says the people that are trying to divide China, pointing at the American flags flying on the street by citizens of China that are down there and want a voice, those people trying to divide us, we're going to imprison. We'll deal with them. See, listen, people. You know a lot of the problem in this nation is because the same kind of person that's sitting over in the big seat in China, the same kind of person he is sitting in front of a camera in NBC or ABC or CBS or MSNBC or CNN or New York Times or Washington Post or West Virginia's Charleston Gazette or other places, or he's sitting in a governor's seat over in California or New York or Washington State or different places. The same kind of people that leader of China is sitting around here wanting to pass laws that suit their thinking instead of serving the country they promised to serve. The same kind of people, those same kind of people are out here running around the streets in this nation. They're socialists. They're perverts that want the right to manipulate boundaries that lie between individuals. Listen. There's a boundary that lies between me and you. That lies between you and your neighbor. Between you and the man in Virginia. Between you and the man in New York. Between you and the man or woman in Florida. There's a boundary there. There's a boundary there. It's an invisible boundary. It can only be seen through the eyes of honor and respect. The problem with liberal thinking, it does not recognize the boundary. It does not recognize the boundary. Liberal thinking does not recognize the boundary. It wants the right to manipulate the boundaries so it can scheme, plot, lie, cheat, steal, rape, murder, whatever. That's liberal thinking. It does not recognize godly, moral boundary. Perverts. Perversions. And then they paint pictures in people's minds of the glory of their socialist system or life that they want to bring to life. They paint pictures in minds. Pictures that are not actually real, that cannot be achieved. Yeah, this dude right here. They paint pictures like the one in this dude's mind. They paint pictures. Same thing. Same thing. Only difference is you're not a snowman and life is not a beach. That's the only difference. Same picture though. A dream that is unachievable. The numbers don't work. The numbers don't work. They will never work. They will never work. Because you cannot achieve that with the thinking of godless, immoral thought pattern. It's unachievable. But they want the right to manipulate, to cheat. You know, I wish I could think of what that post was. Somebody had made a statement. But in this statement said, you blame others for what you are actually doing yourself. Look at what the DNC and the Clintons, the liberals, the socialists have done to Donald Trump and conservatives. Look what they've done. We know Hillary Clinton destroyed evidence of their crime, their wrongdoing. We know she did. But yet they blame Donald Trump for something. We know they spied on Donald Trump's campaign. Barack Obama ordered it. James Clapper admitted it. We know they done it, but yet they're blaming Trump for spying on them. They committed crimes, but they're blaming Trump for crimes. They're up there trying to hold a bogus, unlawful, unethical piece of poop. They're calling an impeachment probe. Well, you know, I was in there fixing my breakfast plate. The wife had fried some eggs and made some gravy and some old canned biscuits and stuff. I'm not complaining about the canned biscuits. I ain't crazy about them, but hey, it's food. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful I live in America. Man, I think of people around in Africa and just different countries around this world, and the tears and the hurt and the need of their lives sometimes, and I just break. I break and I cry because I know those people are hurting. They're going through hell that I have never known. I've been in times where I've opened canned green beans for breakfast, but I had canned green beans. I had something. Those people have nothing. They have nothing. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. You know, I ain't got everything laid at my feet right now. I could take thousands of dollars and make use of it right now where I live. Thousands of dollars take care of the needs around me. We got work needs done on this home. We got vehicles that are in problems with them. We got all kinds of stuff going on. We could use thousands of dollars right now. But you know what? John's thankful. John's thankful. I got a roof over my head. I'm warm. I can cover up. I can put food in my mouth. I can get in a vehicle and drive. It's not the perfect drive. Neither one of them's got the air conditioning working, but we got a ride. I'm thankful. I'm thankful, people. I'm thankful that things are going as well as they are. I look around the world and there's millions of people hurting. They're crying. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. But some of you do nothing but bitch. You do nothing but bitch. You're not thankful for what you got. You cry because everything is not laid at your feet. You cry when a little issue runs up. But you know something, what makes it worse is when you hold on to some godless, immoral attitude, trashy thought pattern, and then you want to bitch at everybody else because it's not laid at your feet. I'm thankful. I'm thankful I live in America, man. There's people around the world starving to death, looking for a bite of food. But you know something? But you know something? We're $20 trillion in debt. And what little bit of help we could give has been taken. We're having to pay people back for money that we borrowed just to run on now. Just to operate. We're having to borrow money just to function. I think $20 trillion. If we wasn't $20 trillion in debt, we could afford to put $10 trillion around the world into the needs of people's lives and see that. You know, I've seen pictures of some of these people of I don't know, Ethiopia or some of these places, and where malnutrition gets a hold of them and their hair turns orange. But I've got $20 trillion of debt and those people are hurting. They're hurting. And I see Islam and socialism and all this friggin' godless, immoral rot pushing its trash all over its people. Cheating their own citizens. Lying, cheating, defrauding their own people. All that stuff works together, people. Every friggin' bit of it works together. It's like I've told you. If the ends are the same, they are the same. We've seen it. We've had the times that we would send money or big money over to these countries to start, and administrative costs would suck it up. You might send $1 billion and 900 million of it be sucked up by elites and politicians and political leaders and organizations, everything. And the need to go out to where the problems were would not get there. Would not get there. It's sucked up by governments. Friggin' tentacles. Sucked up by people. Perversions. Had a man from Haiti here a little while back. Was going to come over and testify against the Clinton Foundation. $4 billion gathered when Haiti had went through an earthquake or something over there. They went $4 billion. The Clinton Foundation got out and garnered for Haiti. Haiti never seen it. Haiti never seen it. That man was coming over. He was a diplomat or something from Haiti. Was coming over and was going to testify against it. He died in his motel room. Something's wrong, people. Something's wrong. And for those of you who don't realize it, it is not Donald John Trump. Oh, I just found out something this morning. You'll love this one. This so-called whistleblower that spoke out against Donald John Trump supposedly spoke out against Donald John Trump. Guess what? That whistleblower was actually a whistleblower that spoke out during the Obama administration back in 2015. Chew on that one, baby. Chew on that one. Adam Schiff used something from 2015, applied it to 2019, and started another bogus lying investigation. Whoa. Who was it? ABC, CBS, NBC? They started talking about they had this ceasefire over there in Turkey or Syria, and one of these broadcasters, ABC, NBC, CBS, one of them put video footage of something that took place somewhere in Kentucky or somewhere and put it out there as the ceasefire wasn't on, and put it out as something that took place in Syria. Now, can you believe something like that? People, listen to me. These liberals and socialists, they are ugly people. They are ugly people. These liberals and socialists are ugly people. Their lies, their scheming, their plotting, their cheating is gone nuts. I've told you over and over and over. Sean Hannity from Fox News and others have told you over and over and over. You've had Mark Levin, Judicial Watch, Conservative View, all kinds of people, WND, Cornerstone, Cornerstone Institute. You've had people tell you over and over and over what takes place in this godless, immoral attitude of liberals and socialists. Why do you not listen? Why do you not listen? You know, I've made statements in the past that, well, one in particular, I made a statement that Barack Obama was basically doing the same thing that Charles Manson done, and the cronies around him were committing the crimes. I did. That's back in the early teens, back in the early 19 or 2013, 15, somewhere back through there. And if somebody come back later, 3 or 4 years later, and say the same thing. I made statements about, I don't know how many times I've made this. I've done it for a few years. About these liberals have lost all moral compass. Been telling it for years. Sean Hannity here just a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I see something with Sean Hannity, mate. He said the liberals have lost moral compass. The point is, people, I know what I'm talking about. I know what God has spoke to me, things that He showed me, and sometimes I get doing videos, and I go in and get to talking in these videos, and things have come to me that I know that God, they can only come from one place, was God, because John Davis ain't that freaking smart. Donald Trump is right. We're fighting for the very soul of this nation. Godless, immoral attitude wants to steal the power and strength of this nation to serve its filth, its lies, its trash. It wants to steal it from the honest, the just, the godly, the moral, the upright, the compassionate, from the innocent, from the helpless. It wants to steal the strength of those that actually created the wealth and the power and the glory of this nation. The perversions want to steal that strength and use it for their agenda. Godly, moral people started the laws of this nation, and this nation has prospered for over 200 years. Over 200 years we've prospered under those laws. And look at us now. We're $20 trillion in debt. Justice is being rejected. Hope. In some of these cities where these friggin' perverts, liberals and socialists, are running their cities according to garbage can agenda. Hopes of their citizens in these cities are being dissolved. They're being crushed and crumbled. Innocent people are dying, murdered by illegal immigrants. I was in the kitchen. Let me get back to that. I got off on it. I was still talking about it, but I got off the main point. You know, there was a time that the laws of this nation were used, and actual working conscience were the strength of the law. You hear me? A conscience was the strength of the law. Back years ago, people, a huge part of the nation believed in God. A huge part of the nation believed in moral strength. A huge part of the nation leaned on it, and it directed the thoughts of their lives, the intents of their lives. But look at it today. The morals are being lost. The laws have been weakened. Criminals are walking the streets because honor has been lost. Criminals like Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, James Comey, Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, James Clapper, John Brennan, Al Sharpton. The list goes on and on and on and on. Criminals are walking the streets because honor has been lost. Moral strength has been lost. The laws of this nation were written out of moral strength. Justice leaned upon moral strength to have the power to set those that needed and should be set free, and to incarcerate and do away with those that should be done properly, gotten rid of, gotten out of American people's face. But because of loss of moral strength and honor, criminals are running the streets. Perversions are making laws. And the ignorance, I'm going to throw this in, you might as well hear it. The ignorance of Facebook and Twitter and Google and others like them that want to get in here and think they're doing some grand thing. Oh, you got to give everybody a fair chance. You got to give everybody a voice. You got to do this. But they want to start in the middle. In a scale 1 to 10. In this being true, this being lie, they want to start their judgment here around 7. They exclude the actual truth. They excuse the actual lie. They exclude the truth. They excuse the lie. You cannot start judgment in the sewer, people. Only an idiot would start judgment in the middle of the sewer. Only an idiot would judge a stench while standing in the sewer. You know what happens when you do that? You're used to the stench. You've already gotten used to the stench. Your nostrils are no longer sensitive to the smell, the God puking awful garbage. Your nostrils have gotten used to that. You no longer know what it smells like to be in fresh air. You exclude the fresh air. You accept the stench. It's ignorance to try to judge something from the middle of the stench. It's ignorance. You don't think you can get used to it? Listen, for so those that your fingernails are clean and your hair is brushed just right and you got the best of deodorant and you buy the priciest cologne and perfumes and you go out the best of clothes. You may have never worked on a septic system. I have. You listen, you can uncap a doggone septic tank, and sometimes you got down there close, and you got to look, try to see what's going on because you got pipes coming in, you got pipes coming out. You got to see what's going on. You get down and look, and you get your head down there when you first unstop that friggin' thing, and you get down there, and man, you never some of the garfulest, smelly stench you can imagine hit you right in the face, and oh God. And you almost knock you out sometimes, man. Oh, God. But now listen to me. I'm making a point. Our garfless smell, it doesn't go away. But you know, the longer you're down there, the more you get used to it. After a while, you're down there, you're looking around, and you don't smell nothing hardly. I mean, you know it's there, that it's in your nose, but you overlook it. That's where these tech companies, you gotta watch them. These big tech companies, you gotta watch them. They make excuses for the stench. They exclude the fresh air. That's where you gotta watch it. You got to watch it. You get used to the stench, you can work in it. Well, Saturday morning. I don't know what time it is. It's 10 something. Well, we should be having sun by now, but I don't see the sun right now. It may be fog keeping it off. I don't think they're calling for rain. Maybe some cloudy weather. I don't know. Well, I'm going to give my mom a phone call, and she's 92 years old, and age, broken bones from falls, and things going on, and she wants to go fishing. She wants to go fishing. So I'm going to give her a call. I think we're supposed to talk about it. It's supposed to be in the 70s tomorrow, and I think I'll give her a call and ask her, Mom, can you be ready about 1, 2 o'clock, and we'll go to the riverbank or go down to Artie Bailey Lake or something and get her out and get a fishing reel in her hand. She has trouble with her hands and arthritis and just different things. She's moving slow, and one of these days I may have to say bye to her. I'm going to try to get her out. I was going to get her out last year, and just got knotted up in
things and couldn't do it. I'm gonna see if I can set it up for tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna get off here. You know, people, the problem is not godly moral justice or thinking or godly moral thought pattern. The problem is the excuses that are made through ungodliness and immorality. That's where the problem is. You will not fix anything without you first change your heart and your mind. You will not fix a thing. Hope you find grace and mercy and favor in God's eyes. Through the blood of Jesus Christ is how you get there. There's no other way. They holler at this and that and whatever, 2,700 gods, and no. There are those that would be. There are those that would create some. But there's only one God. There's only one God. And He is a righteous God. I was out the other day down toward what we call the old road. See, they put a lake in down here already by the lake, and they cut off the old road and they built a brand new road. Put I forget what, $200 million in putting this road and railroad and all this stuff in, and this lake. They put this lake in to control flooding down the stream. Well, the old road is where the old road used to go down by the river and bridges and stuff. Well, no, all that's gone. It's nothing but a lake and water down there. But I was done lost my thought pattern now. But I went down there and I done forget it. Never mind. It ain't important, I guess. Have a good one.